Okay, people, welcome to tutorial number 2 on drawing the rim and the tire. So if you remember last tutorial, we positioned this canvas in the correct position. The center line of the drawing was lined up with the center line of our brake rotor. Its surface mounting area was almost the same as our brake rotor, and the two surfaces of the rim and the brake rotor were touching. So this lesson is going to be all about how to actually draw this profile right around here, and then we're going to revolve that profile around the center to give us 80% of what the rim's actually going to look like. So the first thing we want to do is to ensure that this surface for the surface mounting area is flat or straight, so that when these two surfaces meet, there's not going to be any gap. Also, we're going to have a center line up the center here, and I'm going to make a decision to go from this point here to here straight, and then everything else is going to be part of a spline or a curve. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to get the edge that is currently part of the brake rotor, and I want to get that edge onto this surface here. So let's create a sketch. I'm going to zoom out and go to sketch. And we want to obviously sketch onto that plane going through the center of everything. So if you're unsure, make sure you turn around so you can see that it's that plane. Oh, I can't quite highlight it. It's that plane there. I had it a second ago. There it is there. That plane there, which is lined up with your picture. Click onto that plane to then put the sketch. And rather than trying to guess where this edge is, I'm going to use the sketch project tool, which is going to project that existing edge from the brake rotor. So I'm going to zoom in to make sure I get the top edge of it there. Click once there, and I know that is from one end to the other end of the brake rotor, which is then going to give me also the center point. I'm going to then go to line tool, come across that line that I just projected. I'm going to wait for the midpoint command. You can see the triangle appears. Click once and drag it up, and then I'm going to use the line work from the canvas to now estimate the shape. So click once there, and I'm going to terminate this straight line just there. So click onto the little green tick. So that's the start of my profile. Okay, from here on, it's then using the spline tool to then draw or trace this shape of this profile. So we go to sketch, find spline, and you'll find that there's two types of splines. There's a fit point spline and a control. The easiest one to master is the fit point spline, so choose that one. And then make sure that you snap to the existing end of that line. Click once, and then make a series of points through the sketch that you are trying to then trace over. Now, when you get to a flat section like this, what I'm going to do, so I can see that line, I probably want to make that canvas, less see-through or transparent. So I might just jump out of that spline tool for a second, so I know the last point is there. I go back to my canvas, right click. I have to stop the sketch first, sorry. Stop that sketch halfway through. Don't worry about all those little green handles. I'm going to come back to my edit canvas, and I'm going to make my canvas about, 15%, so then I can actually trace over it, but I can actually see the line being created. I can see here there's a couple of errors here already. So okay to that. I'm going to go back to my sketch, so I'll come down to the bottom here to the timeline, or I could come to my sketch here, there's my last sketch, right click, edit sketch, and that makes this active again. Go back to my spline tool. Where are you? There you are, spline, fit point, and then continue. So click once. Now you can see that the preview, that's pretty good, it's pretty straight. Now when you get to these tight curves, you've got to add in a couple of extra points, otherwise it doesn't really do what you want it to do. So I'm going to keep clicking as I work my way around this shape of what this might be, and remember you can edit this a little bit later on, and we'll bring that one there. Well, that's a bit ugly, that's a lot ugly. I'll have to do a little bit of editing later on. And we keep working our way around each point. Don't worry, like I said, too much about, whoa, okay, something went crazy there. I'll have to go back and put some points in there, I think. But keep on working your way around. I'm just going to chop that off there so I don't bore you with going all the way around. And I'll show you what we can do in a few seconds. All right, come back here. Now, I'm not going to join it down to here. I'm going to join it to the existing surface mounting area. And I should tick that one. Now you see here you've got all these little handles that appear, and the handles you can then actually edit. Oops, I need to go into edit mode, so I'll just get out of that, sorry. If I can, escape, there we go. And you can grab a handle like that, and you can drag it up and down to then change these shapes. But like I said, you don't need to be overly accurate. I might grab this handle here, actually it's the one below it, and that you can edit all those different points to be what you want. That's pretty good. I'm just going to do that as an example. So we can see as I hover my cursor over that it's filled in as a closed loop, and any closed loop that we use you can then use to revolve. Now you will need to go right around here obviously, but I've just done that to save time. So we stop the sketch, and then we go to the Create Revolve tool, select this being the profile, come across, select the axis collector box, select this line that you drew straight through the center, and then over here it should be 360 degrees. Change it from cut to new component, click OK, and then down here you'll get a new component showing. Of course, this new component, we'll name it as rim. And I think that worked. And then I'm just going to have a look, and you can see there's the overall shape. Now what you can do if it's not showing up as a different material, you can click on that, inspect component cycling, to then give you different colors. So there you go, they just need to deselect it. Okay, now if that image of the canvas is confusing you, you just turn that off. Okay, and you can see that there's the start of the outside of the rim, and if I draw on the rest of it, you would have got the inside as well. All right, so there's the process of how to actually draw the shape of the rim and revolve it. Next thing would be to draw the tire onto there and revolve it as well. And then lastly, or not lastly, the next thing would be putting the wheel studs in, and then the shape in here that you're going to be cutting out and rounding and so on. Okay, we'll come back to that next tutorial.